YouTube, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. We're reacting to a video that was sent to me on Twitter this morning, and it is indeed early this morning, so I guess this DM was sent last night, but I've only had about half a cup of my coffee, so I don't know if I'm ready for this, because all I got was the link and the message of, you're gonna love this, ... And coming from who it was sent by, I know you're a sarcastic little you-know-what. So I have a feeling I'm not gonna love this video, and we're gonna jump into it. Give you guys my honest instant feedback and reaction. We'll see where it goes. It's a video of another Celtics YouTuber, and it's his instant reaction. It says Marcus Smart resigns with the Boston Celtics. Instant reaction. So I guess this came out, yeah, just a couple days ago after Marcus Smart signed his extension. But guys, if you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button, like this video, and then comment down below what you think. I don't even know what to expect from this video. I honestly don't even know what to expect from this video yet, so let's cross this bridge right now. All right, so this is coming from Be Smooth Entertainment. I've seen his videos on YouTube here and there, watched a couple of them. Seems like a good guy, so I hope I'm not burning a bridge or starting a beef or anything. B, if you're watching this, legit no hard feelings. I hope you respect this as a content creator. If I do disagree with anything in this video, I'm gonna let you know, but legit, like, I couldn't care less about any beef or any hard feelings, so that's not the route I'm trying to go down here. Wow, though, 45 dislikes on this video. Okay, so there has to be something that he says in here that just triggers people. 45 dislikes. Should we read the No. I'm not gonna read the comments. I don't want to be biased. I don't want to see what someone else says and kind of have that going, because I don't even know what to expect in this video. So we're not reading the comments. We're just gonna jump into the video and react to it. Damn though, 45 dislikes on that many views. He must say something that people just don't agree with, I guess. Whatever, let's go. Hopefully B does not hit me after this video.
It's your boy. We're just gonna take back in for another YouTube video, and I don't want to overreact too much. Hopefully you guys are doing good this beautiful Monday night. I was not planning on making another video. If you haven't seen the upper hand corner, real Be Smooth on. I want to give y'all an initial reaction. I don't want to be funny here. I know people say, Bobby, you're naturally funny. I don't want to be funny here. I'm gonna be honest here.
I will say, this is nothing against him, but somebody like, I know so many people think I'm funny. That just makes me chuckle.
I get one thing straight, because some people don't understand either my sarcasm or when I am trying to tell jokes. People don't understand me. I am not hating the player here. I'm not hating the person.
Hey, I might be the most guilty of this. I'm not gonna lie. When someone starts off the whole sort of, hey, I'm not hating the player, but usually, if I'm being completely honest, usually gets followed by I hate the player type statement. It's like saying, hey, no offense, but screw you. It's like, what the heck, you know? Okay, so I don't know. I'm guilty of that. You guys all know that if you've watched the videos or tuned into live streams. Like, I'm 1,000,000% guilty of the, hey, I'm not trying to hate the player here, but, so I don't know where that goes.
Smart. I always say I love seeing people get money. I really love seeing black people make money. And I love seeing young black people make money. I love seeing people win in life in general. So this in here is a win at life.
I mean, yeah, I can't disagree with that.
Marcus Smart agrees to a 4-year, $77 million extension. The deal will start next season. So not this year, technically is what?
I like that hoodie.
2021-2022 season, which starts in what? October, I think. And then the following year is when the actual deal starts. So I think this season he's still making like 30.
Let's skip ahead. I think we know the details.
So he got what he was. So let's give it to him. I want to say this though. Again, not hating the player.
Not hating the player. B-U-T. But
why though? Someone tell why. Is Marcus Smart a good player? Yeah, he's okay. He's pretty decent.
Oh, that had to trigger people.
Gonna help? Is Marcus Smart going to be the player that puts you over the top on anything? No.
Okay, I'm pausing here to process that. So he says, is Marcus Smart going to be the player to put you over the top on anything? No. I want to say this. There's two sort of paths we can go down with over the top. What does he mean by that? What I hope he means is that if you just put Marcus Smart on a random ass team, are they now a championship contender? No. I would agree with him if that's what he's saying. But if he's saying Marcus Smart can't put you over the top, and he means sort of like what I would think over the top means, is that you could put Marcus Smart on a good team. Does he get you to that next level type of thing? I think Marcus Smart might be the definition of that. If you put Marcus Smart on any of these top teams in the league, they are over the top 1,000,000% because he does everything that you don't want or now need your studs to do, your core to do. So I think Marcus Smart is like a total put him over the top type player. Think of Draymond Green on the Warriors. You know, they had their studs, and they needed that Draymond Green. Draymond Green on a random team like the Kings or something would not be that good, but he absolutely helped put them over the top based on what he did and based on how he played. I think Marcus Smart's that similar role of, yeah, he's an ultimate put him on a good team and he puts you over the top type player. But if he means, is Marcus Smart alone going to put you over the top? He should have used that word if he means that, because that I can agree with. Like, you put Marcus Smart on a random team, no, you're not over the top by no means. But on a good team, Marcus Smart is like the definition of a put you over the top type player.
Marcus Smart is a better version. This might sound painful. Marcus Smart is a better version of Patrick Beverley. He is a better offensive version than Patrick Beverley.
He's so much better than Beverley. No. He's bigger, he's stronger, he can cover more positions. I think he's just better overall. And yes, B gave him the nod of offense. Marcus Smart at this point is 100% better than him offensively. But maybe their like mentality and their sort of grind and grit is what's similar about them. But if you really look at the two players, Marcus Smart, like you ask every NBA team, they're all 30 teams taking Marcus Smart over Patrick Beverley.
No one is signing Patrick Beverley to a deal like this, and it hurts the Celtics. They're like, oh, we're in a tough spot here.
I think Beverley only makes $4 or $5 million less than Marcus Smart. It's a pretty comparable number, and that $4 million. Marcus Smart definitely Marcus Smart's worth $4 more million than Beverley. I think.
We let Fournier walk. I feel like this. If Fournier would have gotten a deal just like this, I feel like they would have signed him. And my phone is teeing off right here. I want to look up though, how much money did Evan Fournier get? So Evan Fournier is right here, contract. I thought it was similar
79?
to this. He got 4 years, $78 million. 78? Bro, hold on though.
Why are we talking Evan Fournier? I assume B here, he probably would have loved Fournier over Smart for the money. I'm just assuming.
I don't know if y'all can read this. He got 4 years, 78. Bro, we could have signed Evan Fournier. So now the question is, Bobby, would you rather have Fournier for an extra millions, nothing? Would you rather have
a little mousetrap here? I just heard him say the extra millions, nothing, right? But then what's the extra $4 million from an upgrade? If you're fine with an upgrade from, you know, I guess Smart to Fournier, if you believe that's an upgrade for the $1 million, then that $4 or $5 million shouldn't matter from an upgrade from Patrick Beverley to Marcus Smart, right? Based on their play and based on the contract salary.
Evan Fournier for an extra $1 million or Marcus Smart? Evan Fournier, I rather would, yeah.
I'm fine with someone saying that. Like, if that's what's setting people off in the comments and making them dislike this video, then those are just people that are really butthurt over the Marcus Smart situation and whatnot. I guess the Marcus Smart situation and they love Marcus Smart till the cows come home. Because Evan Fournier, I'm fine with someone wanting that. I don't know if I would have done that. Like, Marcus Smart's so much more proven, especially with the Celtics, than Evan Fournier. Like, I get it. Evan Fournier is a really good shooter. He has been. But this guy played like 3 games with us, you know, went off for a quarter in a blowout game. Like, Marcus Smart deserves that money from the Celtics way more than Evan Fournier does, no matter how you look at it. But I love Evan Fournier. He's got a great first name, also my first name. I'm not here to shit on Fournier. And I'm not really here to compare Fournier to Smart either. Like, I think that I would have given Smart this deal before I give it to Fournier. But if Fournier, one of my biggest offseason initiatives was to try and keep Fournier. So I'm kind of caught in between here, but I don't think you go Marcus Smart or Fournier. Like, I would have been thrilled if it was Marcus Smart and Fournier. But I'm not here to pick apart like someone that just wants to choose Fournier over Smart. Like, that's their choice. That's your choice, Be Smooth. I don't really mind that. I think they're pretty similar in terms of how much they're going to impact your team. I just personally am on the other side of the fence with, I think Marcus Smart for the 77 is worth more to your team than Evan Fournier for the 78. And that is totally taking into account that Marcus Smart has done it for your team for, you know, damn near a decade.
We got a bunch of good defenders in the offseason. We have guys like what's his name? Chris Dunn or Chris, yeah. Yeah, we got Chris Dunn. I don't know why I keep getting
that can't be the first name.
But we have Chris Dunn. There we go. Chris Dunn, and we got Josh Richardson. Two great defenders. Fernando, we got from the Hawks, he's a pretty good defender. Jaylen Brown, Tatum are good defenders. You were like Dennis Schroeder is a good defender. We don't need Marcus Smart for defense.
I'm not going to disagree that he just named a bunch of good defenders. I don't know about Fernando. We'll see. But I'm not going to disagree that we just got he named a bunch of good defenders. But Marcus Smart is 100 times better at defense than any of the names you just mentioned. 1,000,000%. Like, that should be an undeniable, undebatable point. That Marcus Smart is a better defender than all of the guys you just mentioned.
We have a great defensive lineup. But I'd rather get more scoring. I'd rather have Evan Fournier come off the bench or start as a scorer. We let him go to New York and pay Marcus Smart the same thing. Why didn't we rather would have paid Evan Fournier, at least for me.
See, I'm caught in the middle here because I wanted Fournier on the team too. It didn't need to be. Obviously, they extended Marcus Smart now, and Fournier got more money, so now it looks like, hey, it had to be one or the other, but they could have worked out Marcus Smart and Evan Fournier for sure. Like, Marcus Smart just signed this extension. He didn't need to do it right now. They could have paid Fournier. Like, you could have had both. And it's a tough situation for me because I agree with what he's saying. Like, I would love the Celtics to have more scoring. Now, I do think Josh Richardson is going to be a sneaky sort of, wow, this guy can actually play. I don't think a lot of people are paying attention to that or are, you know, considering him the third best scorer on the team, but I think he's genuinely going to be the third best scorer on the team. But it isn't a bad point to say, you know, the Celtics could have used Evan Fournier. But I feel like Be Smooth is making it too much of an either-or situation. You know what I mean? Like, no kidding, we wanted Evan Fournier, right? We wanted Evan Fournier. We could have still had Marcus Smart with Evan Fournier. Like, these aren't... I feel like he got it too locked in his head that it was because it's similar money and same time frame. I feel like he got it in his head that it was a one or the other, and it really wasn't. Evan Fournier was already long gone to New York before they signed this Marcus Smart extension, and it really wasn't a sort of like, hey, you get either this side of the table or this side. No, like, they could have had both. They chose to let Fournier walk. So I don't know if he's getting it too twisted that, like, he hates this deal because he wanted Fournier so badly, but that isn't, I don't think that's the best way to look at it, I guess.
Y'all let me know down below in the comment section, who would you rather have paid?
Let me know in the comments of this video, too.
If you read these comments, the first one is overpaid. People say casual. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's not.
The guy that comments overpay, his name is Hating Ty. You don't think that guy's, like, that guy probably comments the negative on every single
People say casual
tweet.
I'm not gonna lie to you. It's not really casual. Again, Marcus Smart is a tiny.
I know I'm pausing this a lot, but I do have a lot to just, like, say on it. And so far, I don't think that he's, like, you know, tripping or anything like that. Like, I don't think that this is that bad of a video that warranted any sort of, like, friction with Celtics fans. I will say this, though. That is Marcus Smart's value. Like, he didn't get overpaid. The biggest misconception with free agency is people look around and say, oh, is he really worth $19 million? But in free agency, it's not compared to the previous free agency. It's not compared to the future free agency. It's all compared to pretty much the teams that have the most money, how much they're willing to spend, the max contract sort of number that's going around right there, and then all of the available players. It's all relative. So in this free agency right now, Marcus Smart is 1,000,000% a $19 million a year player. I thought he was a $20 million a year player. Looking around the league at guys that got contracts, Marcus Smart is 1,000,000% a $20 million a year in this free agency, and they just did it long term now. So by the time that 2024 season or 2023 season, whatever it is, rolls around, that $19 million a year you got Marcus Smart for is going to look like chump change just based on how things rise and how things inflate in NBA free agency. So yeah, it might seem like a lot putting $19 million next to Marcus Smart's name, but it really isn't that much compared to, relative to this free agency.
Tiny bit valuable because of the defense he brings on the floor and his grimy. People say, Bobby, he's the heart and soul of your team. I want people to understand this. Heart and souls of teams don't win titles. You know when they win titles? When they take the back seat.
Okay, I thought that was going to be the line that made everyone, you know, set the world on fire. I was about to freak out to that, saying you don't need the heart and soul to win a title. I have a feeling he's saying you just can't win a title with your heart and soul being your best player, which I think that's fair. But I thought he was going to say you don't need a heart and soul guy to win a title. I was going to be, whoa, Be Smooth. You are way off there. But I think he's saying, you know, your fourth best player is your heart and soul, not your first.
Robert Ory's, the Dennis Rodmans.
Yep, okay.
Those guys have never been the best player, second, third best player. Thankfully, Dennis Schroeder, technically, I guess now is our third best player on the team. If anyone thinks Marcus Smart is better than Dennis Schroeder, you're capping yourself. You're lying to yourself. Dennis Schroeder now is officially our third best player on our squad.
I will say this. I think Josh Richardson, and I'll probably make a video on this at some point. I think Josh Richardson is going to be the third best scorer and the third best player on the Celtics. I'm really high on him. I hope that I'm right. I hope that I'm, betting on the right guy. But the Marcus Smart versus Dennis Schroeder situation right now, I want to see Schroeder do it in green before I say he's a better Celtic than Marcus Smart, Like that's what I'm asking for. So I don't disagree with it. Dennis Schroeder probably is technically, he's better offensive, and that's what, people love nowadays, I guess. But I don't necessarily think that he's automatically a better Celtic and a better player and one of your better players than Marcus Smart. If you said better scorer, then that's fine, yeah.
People are saying, Bobby, check out Marcus Smart's, and again, I'll react to Marcus Smart highlights tomorrow. People saying, Bobby, Marcus Smart's better at playmaking now. He's a better passer, better finisher at the rim, and that
Schroeder's good at all that.
But to pay him that much money when we could have gotten a proven scorer in this league and a full training camp with the Celtics.
Yeah, but a proven scorer and a guy that blows at defense in Fournier. Like it isn't an either or in my mind.
I would have gone that route. Now, I guess the question is did Fournier just want to leave and couldn't get a deal done? I think that's hard to believe. I think Fournier came out and said he wished the deal got done. It just didn't happen. And Kemba Walker went to go join him in New York. Now, to be fair, Kemba is from New York. But it's like, did we just get left with the last pie on the table?
No, you got left with a guy that's poured out his heart and soul and put his body on the line night in and night out for this city and for this team. That's not getting left with anything. The Celtics didn't need to extend Marcus Smart right now. I feel like what he's doing right now is roping in this a little bit just too much, I guess, into this time frame.
Was it Marcus Smart? Well, we're in a position where we're saying, yo, if we let him go for nothing, sure, we have more salary cap next year, but we just lost a valuable piece. Is that where Brad Stevens was?
That makes sense to me.
Marcus Smart's the longest tenured Celtic on the team, and he gets repaid for that, and he's going to be here for at least, and again, no player option, no team option, at least another 5 seasons here with the Celtics. Hey, tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. I'm confused.
Unless they trade him. Obviously he's going to be here during that time of the contract, but don't sleep on the fact that they also have now a tradable asset. So I think that's going to do it for reacting to that video. I don't think it's as bad as I think I was expecting. Like, that's just someone to me that doesn't love the Marcus Smart signing. And I know there's plenty of you guys out there, so really that doesn't get me all hot and bothered, because I know Marcus Smart, I need to see 2 years ago Marcus Smart versus last year Marcus Smart. He needs to return to that, but I'm banking on the fact that he will. But I will say, I do think, B, if you're watching this, man, I think you're wrapping it too much into the Marcus Smart or Evan Fournier sort of talk here. It doesn't, that shouldn't be the impact here. Like, that shouldn't be the takeaway that, oh, they could have gotten Fournier. Fournier was gone. Fournier signed with the Knicks. Fournier chose to go and play in New York. Like, it's not like the Celtics blew this signing because they could have had Fournier. We don't know that they could have had Fournier. And if they did want to keep Fournier and he did want to stay here, you didn't need to lose Marcus Smart to make that happen either. So just keep that in mind. I feel like, obviously I do appreciate the instant reaction and whatnot, but tying it too much to Fournier, I think, is where you went wrong here. But either way, guys, I hope you liked that video. I hope I didn't just make a massive enemy. I feel like I was pretty fair there, and I think that he makes a lot of good points. It's just a matter of, I guess, thinking to the next level of those points, which now I'm reacting to his instant reaction. There's been time to process, so maybe he feels differently now. But hopefully you guys liked that video. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, like this video, and then comment down below what you think. I'm really curious to see what you guys think on this. Do you sort of agree with me, or do you agree with him more? Let me know in the comments down below.